Hey guys, I wanted to share a few quick thoughts regarding getting pre approved for a home purchase ahead of time. Now, every once in a while, when I'm out in the field, open houses or such, and I'm meeting new people, the subject of financing will come up. Every once in a great while, I'll hear someone say that we don't want to talk to a lender until we find what we're looking for. Now, to a degree, I sympathize with this perspective because, when you go car shopping, you usually pick out the car you want first and then you get approved for it. Or if you're getting a new credit card, you usually find which card you want to get first and then you get approved for it. But what a lot of people don't realize is that because buying a house is so much more money, the process is a lot more complicated and a lot more thorough. Um, as a result, there's three very good reasons why you should be doing it ahead of time. The first reason, naturally, is that nowadays sellers won't take you seriously unless you have that approval in hand. I've heard it was different decades ago, but nowadays it's just a standard procedure, especially in central Massachusetts. Um, the second reason, and what I think is the most important reason, really is because of speed. Um, a lot of buyers that I meet today, they don't realize how hot certain price points are. As a result, every year what I see happen occasionally is I'll connect with a buyer, I'll put them in touch with a lender, but they drag their feet a little bit because it's a new process and they just don't know. They'll go to an open house on Sunday and they'll call me up and say, "Oh my God, this house is amazing. What do we got to do?" The first thing I'll usually do is call the other agent, find out the situation, and unfortunately, they'll usually tell me we have three other offers on the table already from buyers that are already pre-approved, and we are making a decision at 5 o'clock today. The panic that usually ensues after this situation, trying to get someone pre-approved that quickly, I'm calling in favors. Sometimes they can't find the paperwork, and sometimes they just throw their hands up and just give up altogether. It just becomes a very unpleasant and stressful situation. So that's one of the most important reasons to get it done ahead of time. It's just so that you're ready in a pinch. Now, the third reason, it's a lot less common, but I'd say every once in a really great while, I'll run into someone that has a grand plan on what they want to do, or they've already seen a house and they're absolutely in love with it, and they'll go get pre-approved, and suddenly they'll find out that something got missed or there was some issue that they weren't aware of and they can't qualify. Now, this is one of the hardest scenarios to watch because usually the issue can be worked through and fixed over a short period of time, but the emotional pain that they go through at that loss, it, it's really hard to get them, they get very discouraged, and it's very hard to get them back into the process. And sometimes they just give up altogether, even though that issue wasn't that big. So again, long story short, I cannot stress enough how important it is to talk to a lender ahead of time before you start looking at houses and before you fall in love. This is not just about protecting yourself financially. This is also about protecting yourself emotionally too, because residential real estate is a very emotional business. And again, I cannot stress it enough. If you need some recommendations on lenders, I know some of the best in the industry, and that's all I got from you. Send me a message.